Nomuntu.
You may start.
Hi, I'm Nomuntu Ndlovu. I am the founder of Untum Financial Solutions. I'm sure amongst ourselves and with friends, we've always had the question, I need to improve my relationship with money. I need to fix my money problems. I have too much debt. Oh my gosh, the loan shark is coming for me. This is why Untum Financial Solution was born. It was born because I really believe that everyone has the potential to master their finances and stop living from paycheck to paycheck, but have a proper financial plan. So Untum Financial Solutions was created to provide financial literacy to rural women in South Africa. But as we've been going through the virtual resilient program and the coaching and the content, and with the effects of Corona, we had to move our training online. So with that said, we saw that actually the financial literacy training on its own, it's not enough. We also need to mix it with financial products, which is what then brought to life one of our first products, SACOTECH. So SACOTECH is a financial system that allows stokvels and SACCOs to keep records, to save, and to invest safely. Basically, the reason why we chose stokvels is because we believe that we need to move our local system into becoming more efficient and being also very tech savvy. Also, we know the impact of stokvels that it has had amongst women in the rural area specifically. It's one of the systems that's currently serving a lot of unbanked and underbanked individuals in South Africa and in the world as well. So how does SACOTECH work? SACOTECH basically is an application where as an administrator of your stokvel or your SACCO, you can go into the application and create your group. Once you created your group, you have to create a goal for each member or for the group in total. If maybe you have one goal, maybe let's say you're saving 1,000 rands a month. And then on a monthly basis, you then get to update your contributions for each and every individual. Not only that, you also get an option with our advanced application to pay through the app. So we send out notifications to all the members to say, hey, Nomuntu, there's a stokvel meeting that's going to happen at the end of the month. Please don't forget to bring your contribution of 300 rands. If you don't want to bring in cash, you can always pay through this link here, and it basically gives you all the payment options as stated in the slide. What that solves is basically the administrator doesn't always have to carry receipts or carry cash, and then now have the burden of going to the bank and depositing the cash on behalf of its members. So as we go on, the app is also going to allow stokvels to have loans and investments as well. But the fun part about this is that we also get to give out fun facts. So did you know, for instance, this one here says, did you know that there are 5 financial topics that you should know in your 20s? And then you have an option to click and go through their blog. So the revenue streams that we're going for, as for the beginning, we're going for transaction fees that we're going to get through the payment options that we provide online. But over time, we're planning to go through microfinance, saving interest, data mining, adverts, and brokerage fees. So what we basically have done so far in phase 1 in the past 3 months with the assistance of the program is basically complete the basic version of the app, which is available on the stores. And in phase 2 and phase 3, we would like to obtain licensing and test the advanced version of the app.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Judges, the floor is yours. Who wants to go first? Okay, go on, Lana.
Thanks so much for that. Just a quick question. I'm sorry if I missed it. Was this always an app, or is this now was your idea always an app, or is this something that you pivoted to because of COVID and the need to be more virtual? Or maybe just tell me a little bit more about that.
Okay, so before COVID, we actually just provided training, and it was physical training. So it would be on a venue, and we'd Our last training, we had 40 women that were attending to train them on financial literacy. But because of COVID, we actually had to move our training online. But not only that, we just saw that the financial problems that people have not only require the training itself, but the system doesn't allow, the current banking system doesn't allow, how can I put this? Doesn't allow people to trade the way they would like to trade. For instance, with stokvels, although you can still have a bank account, people will still bring money to the stokvel. You know, if people live far away, it's still very hard for them to now go and travel. Now must go to the bank and put money in the bank, and you know, so we're trying to sort of solve that issue to say, okay, you don't have to travel, you can always do it online. That's just one example. Yeah, it's a pivot. Yeah.
Okay, Sipho, and then Linda. Everybody got questions. Okay, everybody got questions.
Yeah, first off, I love the fact that you're addressing two big issues, debt and savings. And I wanted to find out, firstly, if you, and also that you pivoted quite nicely, I think. I want to find out if you have any incentive, you know, built into your app, you know, sort of like that encourages then that savings culture. And I think you touched on it a little bit with the fun facts, but are you still able to really use the app to provide that training that gives the, you know, the financial literacy that you were doing before?
Okay, so we currently don't have an incentive for the members. It's something that we've been discussing with my coach, and we're still investigating since we're still pivoting. We actually just launched this app like maybe 3 weeks ago. So we still have a very few users on it. So we're still trying to get feedback from them on what they think. And but most of them do say that the biggest problem is the administration. So the first thing first is to solve that problem. And then from there, we'll have to now move from not only the administrator using the app, but for the rest of the members to use the app. And that's where the incentive will come in. So we're still trying to figure out what that incentive is going to be. The second question, I think you asked, what was the second question? I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was to say, are you still able to provide the financial literacy education through the app?
Yeah. So right now, we sort of using the fun facts and the did you know section of the app to sort of prompt people to open up the blog about the things that we're writing online. So that's the one way we actually still going about giving out the training, but we don't have a training per se, like a full day or 2-day training where we train you on financial literacy, unless maybe someone wants to have coaching, something like that, which is a separate thing. It's not part of this app.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, who was going next, Linda? Okay.
Yeah, Nomuntu, thank you. And I echo Sipho's feedback to you. In terms of, you just mentioned it, actually, financial coaching. I wanted to understand sort of a little bit about your own background as the owner of this business, and what your capability skill is, because that'll also give me a sense of where you could potentially you know, leverage other opportunities as well. And I was thinking financial coaching possibly.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So financial, I'm not a finance person. I did a postgraduate business administration, so I'm not a banker or anything like that. I'm not a financial advisor. Let me just put it out there. So that's something that we actually have to, we're currently looking at as one of the revenue streams for the business, to say we'd actually have to move into coaching, but obviously there's regulations on how you go about doing that. Yeah, it's something we're looking at. I own a business. I run a recycling business. Before that, I was a management consultant, and yeah, now I'm getting into this because of my personal experience. Actually, when I moved from a corporate world into the business world, money wasn't always available as it was monthly with my salary. I now had to learn how to save. I had to learn where to invest, when to invest, and I had to live on a budget because my salary was basically cut in half. Now I had to live on a budget and still be able to maintain some of the asset that I had bought, like my property where I stay. So because of that, that's what prompted me to go into learning more about financial literacy. And I think it's something that I didn't know before this experience. And I think it's something that everyone should know about. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I think we have a minute, possibly less than a minute, to go to one question from the audience. The stokvel market is largely underbanked. How are you going to encourage the shift from being informal to an app?
Okay, so because of that, we fully understand that, and we're actually working with One Global from the US to assist us to sort of create some sort of like container vibe, like a mobile bank that you can put somewhere where people can have easy access into banking. But that's a separate project from the app. But what we're trying to do with that is that if people need to go to the bank and bank, at least there's that mobile unit available in their area where you can go and there's a bank representative that you can bank with. But we're still trying to work that out. It's something for the future.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you very, very much. Unfortunately, the time's up. Okay, we have one last participant. Thank you, Nomuntu.